So today I turned 60, and I've thought a lot about what I wanted to say on this last video. This is video 10 of a 10-part series of what I have learned in my 60 years. And the thing that I kept coming back to, well, first, I don't want this video to be about me. I do have a couple of announcements, and I'll put those towards the end. I wanted this video to be my gift to you. You know, I think about, you ever see one of those Tiffany blue boxes that the jewelry comes in? I mean, part of the magnificence of a piece of Tiffany jewelry is the box that it comes in. So I want this video to be like that box, a gift to you, anytime that you need some words of encouragement. So let me give to you the one thing that I am most sure of after my 60 years on this earth, more than anything else. You did not come here by accident. You came here not to collect a pile of things, not just to collect stuff. You came here with a purpose, full stop. Every single person hearing my voice right now, or even if you're watching this on the replay months later, know that you came here with a purpose that only you can fulfill. And in my opinion, one of the greatest tragedies of life that I wouldn't want anyone to experience is to get all the way to the end of your life and not having shared that gift, still sitting on that gift. You know, Wayne Dyer had talked about it, and he said, don't die with your music still in you. He wrote this book, The 10 Secrets of Success. And at one point in my life, I don't know, it's maybe 20 years old, maybe 25 years old, there was a season that every time I ran into a graduate, I would hand them this book. It's not a very big book, but it's so powerful. And that was one of the secrets. Don't die with your music still in you. And there's another well-known piece of work by Bronnie Ware, and she's a hospice nurse. So she sits with people in their last days. And her book is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. And the number one regret, was that people got to the end of their life and they didn't live. They didn't live their life. They lived according to what they felt other people expected of them. They sat on their gift. Think about that. Think they didn't regret something they did, something they said. It was what they didn't do. It's what they didn't do. They kept their music locked inside themselves because they were afraid of what other people might think. And I know we can all relate to that. We've all done that, right? We've all been there, that we're so worried of what other people will say. We're so afraid of other people's opinions. We hold other people's opinions in such high regard, and yet we hold our own opinion in such low regard. We're so afraid of being laughed at, talked about, judged. Hear me when I say this, because isn't that the whole thing? Isn't that why we're so afraid of taking action? Why we're so afraid of taking that right next step? We will abandon ourselves. We will abandon what we know in our soul, the passion that we have in our, in our heart. We will leave it behind in a heartbeat just to avoid one person's raised eyebrows at us. You will never reach the end of your life and be glad you stayed small. I talked about that. Don't dim your light. You will never be happy that you didn't do something just so somebody else could feel comfortable. But you will grieve the gift that you never shared. You will. So this is what I want you to take away from everything we've talked about. All 10 days, I want you to take this. The only thing holding you back is you. And I know that's hard to hear. I know it would be easier if I said it was your circumstances or the people around you, or maybe the timing, or I don't have enough money. But the truth is you are the only one with the power. You always were. Nobody's coming to hand you that power. It's not anybody else's to give. It was always yours. and you do not need permission. You've spent your whole life waiting to be chosen, waiting to be ready, waiting until you felt like you were enough, right? Ready, to make sure that you're really sure. But you don't need any of that. You were born for this moment. You were born for this moment. Not when you're good enough, this moment. And the only door waiting to be opened is the one that opens inward. It's the one that opens inward. And the thing is, folks, the handle has always been in your hand this whole time. This is something I have learned over my life, and I have always tried to put into action and learn to trust it, right? And even the whole reason this whole YouTube channel started is because I listened and I took action. I think I've shared this story. There was a time I saw 2 eagles within 48 hours. And the first one was up at the lake, so not unusual, but it was in the middle of the road as I was driving into our neighborhood. And I mean, first of all, seeing an eagle up close is magnificent, but that was unusual. But I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But on the second day, when I was back in the suburbs, an eagle flew right over the hood of my car in an area that you would never see an eagle. You shouldn't see an eagle. And so I knew right then and there. I remember pulling over and had to figure out what seeing 2 eagles in 2 days meant. And it meant that I needed to stop circling. This YouTube channel had been on my heart for so long. Oh, let me back up. I didn't know the delivery to what I wanted to do was going to be a YouTube channel. I could say as far back as 17, I have had my heart has always been of service to others. That's what I wrote about in my college application. And obviously back then, I didn't know the delivery of how I would do that. But it's been something that I've wanted for so long. And it wasn't until I saw those 2 eagles that I'm like, okay, I get it. I got to stop circling this and I got to take action. And I started this channel, and that's how I've met all of you. If it wasn't for those nudges, our paths probably would never have crossed. I had to trust those nudges. And the thing is I feel that we all get these nudges all the time, right? They're everywhere. Every single day, they're out there. The trouble is we live such a noisy, busy life that most of the time we cannot hear them, we cannot see them. We need to quiet ourselves enough to feel it, to see it. And the thing about a nudge is, like I said, you need to have the courage to take action, even if it means stepping outside your comfort zone, even if it means going beyond your ceiling. Maybe especially, right? Especially if you have to stretch yourself. And I'm telling you this because I'm going to take my own advice right here. And I felt the most perfect time would be today as I turn 60, as I am crossing over the threshold of 60, if you would. I have been getting another nudge for a while. And I just think today is the right moment to start following it. So as of today, I am at least going to take the summer off from posting any videos to Lori's Soul Circle. I may still do my live streams, but in a more structured format. I am going to still talk about my teachings and whatnot, but I'm moving everything over to Substack so that it can continue on in written form. So if you would like to follow me on Substack, I would absolutely love that. And the other thing, there's a couple of things, but one of the other things is I'm going to finally start writing that book that has been on my heart for a long, long time. And I have to give credit where credit is due to a dear friend, Allie. Allie, if you're watching, thank you. Allie from Fishing with Allie G is the one who gave me enough courage to actually make this commitment. And I am sharing it with all of you to hold myself accountable. And I will always be grateful, Allie. So thank you. Now, what does that mean? I want to be honest. What does not posting mean? I don't really know. Like I said, I'm at least going to take the summer off, and I am a firm believer that some people come into our lives for just a season. And I think part of the wisdom is knowing when that season is complete. You know, think about a television show, right? We all have that television show that you love. And that television show knows when to have its finale. That it went off air while you still loved him, right? Instead of hanging on until you sort of forgot why you even tuned into the show to begin with. I never want to overstay my calling with you. So I'm not going to keep uploading new videos, at least for now. I'm going to follow where I'm being led. But please know, I'm not disappearing. I'll still pop onto your videos. I'll still pop into your live streams from time to time because I just love you guys too much. I really, really do. I do. But I have to walk what I teach all of you. And my email is in my About section. So if you ever feel like reaching out to me, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. But these teachings will move over to Substack, and all future teachings will be on Substack in written form, literally. But I cannot cross this threshold without saying thank you. Thank you to all of you. Seriously, this past year you have changed me. You know, and there's probably 30 people I could list off like that who have touched my soul so deeply that words just aren't enough to say thank you. And I'm not sure how I could ever repay him. But I know if I started naming off a few, there'd be, you know, some that I would forget. And honestly, there's hundreds. If you've ever walked this walk with me, or watched one of my videos, or participated in one of my live streams, if you've just ever shown up, then you are part of this journey for me. You are why I can hear this nudge clear enough to follow it. This world is a better place because of your light. Don't ever dim it, my friend. Don't ever dim your light. I love you. I really love you. So this is where I leave all of you for now. And if you've been with me, this past year, just know you have everything you need. All the videos from this last year, these last 10 days, every conversation we've ever had, all of it. It's your foundation. Now you need to act upon it. You need to take that step. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know your worth. You don't need any more information. You have enough. You just need to open that door inward and begin. This journey has always been yours to take. This has always been about you. Every single one of you. So leave in the comments. I read them all, and it might take me a day or two to respond, but I will respond to everyone. What's your music? What have you been keeping inside of yourself? I love you guys. I truly, truly do. Come follow me on Substack, so maybe we can stay in touch and we don't lose each other. And remember what I've told you from the very beginning, and I think I've said this at the end of every single video. Remember how much you matter. You really, really do. You do. You were born for this moment. You were born for this moment. I love you. And this isn't the end of anything. It's the beginning of yours. This beginning of your journey. Now go play your music. The world is waiting on the exact thing only you are here to give. And don't play small, folks. And I can't wait to see what it is.